Hi there, Brian Wright, founder, CEO of New Patient Group, host, New Patient Group podcast, managing partner of Right Chat. Welcome in to another CEO Chronicles. These are all about, if you haven't seen any before, these are all about just the stories I see while traveling around the world, whether it be to speak, help our clients grow their business, their practice. And every time I travel, if you've watched the introductory video on this playlist, every time I travel, there's just multiple stories that represent just why we do what we do with New Patient Group and for Right Chat. And recently, I want to talk to you about, I was on American Airlines, which I don't fly very much. All my miles are on United and Delta and then somewhat Southwest. But I had to cheat on those airlines and fly American for a recent situation or a recent travel that I had, a trip that I had. And there was a lady sitting back right behind me. She was in the aisle seat, one row back. And another lady came up and they were talking to each other. And you know, that American Airlines apparently had double booked the same seat. Now, in my mind, if you travel a lot, you know that that's not the case. I knew one of the ladies was messing up, didn't know which one. Airlines don't double book seats. And one of the ladies goes, okay, I'll go back to the front, and she left. Well, one of the flight attendants came by, and I heard the lady behind me go, sir, you guys messed up the seating. Now, she wasn't that nice about it, so she probably could have handled it a different way. Well, not probably. She definitely could have handled it a different way, but she didn't. Sir, you messed up the booking. That's kind of what it was. Now, if you have our training with New Patient Group and you consistently train your people, you know exactly how to handle this. If you don't train your people, these things are happening to your business all the time when you're not around. What did the flight attendant do? He goes, well, you don't need to talk to me that way. I didn't make the booking, so you can just sit there. That's what he responded with. Now the uppers with American Airlines, all the quote unquote experts, right? As they analyze their numbers and things like this, what they can analyze is those situations that are happening on their airplanes every single day, okay? Now, maybe not to that extent, but there's all kinds of things we could talk about. Same trip. And one of the flights was great. The guy that was boarding us and the flight attendant in the front, they were greeting everybody. Hey, how you doing? One guy was having fun. He would say, come on down. That's how he was speaking on the microphone, the person boarding the airplane. And it was funny. It made people laugh. But then you go on to the next flight and you just get boring, dull. They don't even pay attention to you when you walk on the plane. And those are the things when you're in a competitive industry like you're all in. Those are the things that move the needle. But those are also the things that move the needle backwards if you don't focus on it. Now, the problem with these type of situations is what we teach is all of these they're lost opportunities that you don't know are happening. So therefore, you don't feel that you need help in it. Such as, let's say you're in Invisalign practice. You may seek help on how to improve your Invisalign bill. Maybe you think it's too high. Well, you feel that pain because the money's being taken out of your account. American Airlines does not feel that pain with their higher ups when their flight attendants treat people that way and not knowing how to handle situations. There was another one coming home on the flight last night with another American Airlines. This guy the flight attendant could not have been more rude. It was like I was doing him a favor. They were bringing the drink cart down and I got a sparkling water from him. And I probably could turn this video into it's unbelievable. And then look, business owner to business owner. These are things that are happening to your practice, to your business. It's not an insult. It's not a criticism. It's reality. You are losing money with lost opportunities that you do not know that are happening. And that's why they almost feel like it's a criticism when you say you need work on sales, hospitality, customer service, verbiage, presentation. It always cracks me up when people go, we're good at those. Oh, you are? So the Ritz-Carlton trains their people for 250 hours before they allow them to have any interaction with a customer on a phone or before. But yet you're great at those skill sets? Do you practice them every week? Things like that. And again, it's not a criticism, but the reality is there's a whole nother world out there from a commercial, non-clinical skill set that your practice needs because these things are happening. This flight attendant, after I asked him for a sparkling water, I asked him to put a little ice in it and he kind of gave me a stare. I could tell, he's got a ridiculous mask on, but I could tell. And then I asked them, hey, do you guys have any coffee on board? Because United Airlines has brought it back, and I didn't know if American Airlines had, because I don't fly. Like I said earlier, I was cheating on United and Delta. So this guy he goes, what? And I go, coffee. Have you guys brought that back? He goes, yes. That was his response. Not absolutely, sir. We brought that back. Would you like me to get you a cup? No, it was yes. and kind of a weird tone as well. So I said, well, I'd like a cup of that too. And then he kind of paused, and you could see his eyes kind of like, I've got to get this guy another one. And these are things that if you sat down with the American Airlines uppers, right, and you tried to tell them, look, if you really want to grow your airline, these are the things that you need to do. And they would never be able to grasp that concept, because as they sit around their tables to analyze numbers, these are things that don't show up in the data. Just like when a new patient calls your office when they're shopping and you don't answer it, whether it's before or after hours or during the day, which is where the most calls surprisingly happen. The reality of the situation is these are happening, but you don't know it. You as a business owner have to go, how do I plug leaky holes in my boat that I don't know about? That's the key to record growth year after year. Improve the skill sets. Assume these are happening to you, because they are in different ways. Every business experiences them in different ways. But that's my American Airlines story from my recent travels. We'll be back with another CEO Chronicles soon. Bye-bye.